Ceedee, you were the highest paid running back in football for a few years during your stint. I believe you're still the 6th highest paid running back in the history of the National Football League. So you know a thing, 2 or 3 about making money.
What you want to know?
Hey, 2-5, how is this Justin Jefferson deal going to impact Ceedee's deal? I remember when Arian Foster got paid, you said you wanted to get some bread. I remember when Matt Forte got paid, I'm sure that impacted you. When Adrian Peterson got paid, that impacted you. You ended up getting your bread. You always have, you always will. But how does Justin Jefferson getting paid impact Ceedee's bread?
I mean, Ceedee's up next, right? It's funny because, like, it don't matter what position it is, you always wait for the guy that's about to get a deal. You wait for him to go, right? And you're trying to hold off. Hopefully he goes before you do. But JJ set the market right, and I think that Ceedee's going to get another contract. Now, it's weird because it's always like the little glitches to it, like who's going to get a little bit more guaranteed, who's going to get a little bit more money in their first 2 years. Like all them little things is to get a competitive advantage on the contracts. But Ceedee's he's a big viable player for the Cowboys. He's probably, in my opinion, the best offensive weapon they do have, right? And then you look at Jamar Chase. He's another one that's valued very high for his team. So they're going to get paid. And I think everybody should thank JJ for even getting this contract. Because now he gets that, then I get this, and we all get paid. And then the best thing about it is you bring up the market for the wide receivers. So I'm happy for these boys. Quick
question, Ceedee, because this is insight that I think Cowboys fans particularly will want to know. You're obviously a very confident man. You were all decade at the running back, which very simply means not many people were better than you. But you, self-admittedly, will say there was one. There was one. Everybody got one. Adrian Peterson. Yeah. Did there come a point where you said, you know what, AP's the best, so I don't need to make more than him? Like, will Ceedee have a point like, you know what, Justin Jefferson, he does have records that I don't have? Talk me through the psychology. Obviously, athletes are arrogant. They should be. But even you were like, you know what, Adrian Peterson, he in a different
You know what? AP is better than I am, or I was. But I would say this, our years were different, though, right? So he was always the OG. He got drafted high, right? So first-rounders, they get that type of money. These guys are all first-rounders, though, so they're going to get that type of money also. But the thing is, they're so close, right, in age and production. Like even Justin Jefferson he doesn't have more touchdowns, right? I don't think he has more catches.
Doesn't have more yards.
He has more yards, though, right? And we always say he's the better wide receiver. He has one more All-Pro. They both have like 3 Pro Bowls, so they're real close. So as an agent, you can kind of argue that, right? And I think the team will push back and say, well, we think he's probably the better wide receiver. But I think in their case, it's easier for them because they're so close in age. They're so close in the draft class. And all that matters where AP was the first rounder, I was the second round. He was a couple years in front of me, right? So it was like a little bit different. But here, they all got a great shot to get a lot of money.
Really quick, though, when you are going and negotiating the contract, the first thing you're trying to get is that guaranteed, right?
Yeah.
So even though we got that 140, I'm assuming that these two dudes is chasing that 100 guaranteed. So it has to come in around that. I don't care if y'all add an extra year, whatever it may be, however you're going to do it. But that guaranteed money is what I need. He just set that market at $100 million guaranteed for the wide receiver spot. Them two dudes is going to get that.
Joy, final word. What are your thoughts on JJ's deal having an impact on Ceedee, et cetera?
Yeah, it'll have a big impact. Obviously, JJ is the #1 player on that team, so he was going to get paid. And you have to consider that the Cowboys have a couple other players to pay. The Bengals have a couple other players to pay. They have already paid some players. So the amount of money that's on the table for each of these teams is very different. The situation is very different. But if I'm Ceedee Lamb and I'm Jamar Chase, that's somebody else's problem, not mine.
That's right.
Because I did what I was supposed to do. And even if just taking Jamar Chase out of it, Ceedee Lamb and Justin Jefferson just last year, Ceedee Lamb led the NFL in receptions with 135, 1,749 yards, 12 receiving touchdowns. Justin Jefferson, 68 receptions, 1,074 yards, 5 receptions. Obviously, it was a different situation entirely. But let's just go to their career. We don't want to compare years to years. Fine. 3 Pro Bowls each. You just added up there. Each has a first-team Pro Bowl each, 3 Pro Bowls, 1 season each with double-digit receiving touchdowns, 1 season each leading the NFL in receptions. They have a very comparable resume. Obviously, we think of Justin Jefferson as the best receiver in the league. I think most people would agree. There might be some argument here and there, but he'll be at the top.
Yeah.
So are these guys. And if you start looking at the numbers and you're their agent, okay, sounds good. I understand you have other people to pay, but I'm one of those people that has to get paid. So setting this deal at the market level that he has is going to be very helpful for both of them. Again, I'm with Ceedee. Maybe it's a little more guaranteed money. Maybe it's a little more here, a little more there. The next guy up will get that, but they will be in this range because he's set the market.
I love to see it. Love to see it. Y'all go get your money.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.